Hello, YouTubers. My name is X Factor. Welcome to another episode of Battlefield 4 Tanker Tuesday on the very armor-rich environment of Golmud Railway Conquest Size Large. Today, we almost go flawless and have to avoid a mob squad and several pesky helicopters with the mobile artillery. But I'm not just going to sit here all day and look into my little laptop. It's all about staying on the move so you don't become a sitting target. Trying to fish out those big armor pieces when they pop up on my laptop. And believe it or not, the biggest enemy is not the air. It's actually these little hills. If you go into your laptop and you're actually sliding down a hill, it's going to draw you back or draw you forward depending. So it's really hard to keep that crosshair steady. So I'm depending on a couple things. If you've got your jets and your helicopters in the air, your infantry around an area, they're going to do a little spotting. So here's my rule of thumb. 6 bomb spaced out slowly on armor just like that. Takes 4 or so to disable them. Then they're in a lot of trouble. 2 bomb for the infantry, unless I think they're moving around quite a bit. You don't know if those guys are underneath or if they're on top, but obviously I get a couple of hit markers. And always look at the major mini-map. And then if you want to spam it out just a little bit, because you know that's the guy that you just dinked on top of that roof, you're going to get some. The good thing about the driving is this. It gives you time to reload because you can really burn through the ammo. It's extremely important. You want to catch that AA that's always sitting on the hill, you're going to have to get closer. So space them out a little bit. And here you see me sliding my crosshair around just a little bit because I'm struggling with the hill. I'm actually moving just a little bit. And that might be the ever so common pesky hill camping sniper. Going to hit him with a couple. Then another guy's going to pop up on the mini-map, shoot that third one off, and that's actually going to kill him. So he must have been doing just a little bit tap dancing. Remember, the quicker you fire this thing out, the bigger the cone of fire, the spread for this thing. And you can see how big this thing can get. That crosshair shrinks down, but it takes just a little bit. When I'm nailing that armor, it's at slow, consistent. Now, do I want to do the panic backup, walk them back, or is it going to hit them quick enough that they just don't have time to react or they already disabled? So this is kind of like my go-to pattern. And now I'm just guessing. Now I'm just wasting ammo, so I'm just going to quickly move to another location. Looking at that major map, that is your biggest friend. It helps you allocate targets extremely quickly, because if you're just relying on your laptop or your mini-map, you're just not going to see everything. Try to support the infantry that I'm actually working with in my VoIP, telling them about guys that I see spotted, some of the pushes, if they need to come back to the flag. And they did a pretty good job mopping up some of the guys they simply could not hit. Now, we're trying to reassess. Am I being pushed by tanks? That's the other thing you have to worry about. Where is the armor in relationship to you? Are they starting to flank? Are they starting to make a push on you? And here we see a couple of infantry and another piece of armor, 2 pieces of armor on C, and that's something else you have to wrestle with. I started that launch with 4 missiles, not the full 6 that would take. So what's he going to do more than likely? Pull forward, back up, and I need to get at least 2 more hits. Maybe 3 if he's getting repairs, and that tank is going limping away. I'm actually not going to finish off the first tank. So here comes some of the mob squad, just realizing that I have smoke, just burst it kind of for effect. And we get healed up, and we go back into position, playing just a little bit more defensively. Again, you are like a sitting duck in this thing if you're just sitting there spamming away. So it's very important to move, not just to acquire different ranges and different areas, but to avoid these guys that you keep killing over and over and over again. Here, that's a stairway kill. These areas in these houses are stairway kills, and of course little alley kills, right, where people commonly play. And that's something you could pick up when you're playing this as infantry or armor. You just know where people are going to hide. If you see that in the mini-map, you could pretty much deduct where that spot's going to be. And here we go, leading this guy out just a little bit. He gets out to neutral vehicle. It turns white. I get the kill on the player, and then we're just going on to another tank. So it's important to stay on that target, but you just don't want to keep spamming away. So he came off. He got disabled. Lost him. Now I got to find him, and there are more targets coming back in. So we're going to finish this one off because there's another tank creeping up. Now, could I have left that tank in the open because the guy was dead? No, he wasn't. He's still there. And here's where the old RPG comes in handy, because you're going to get lots of jets and, of course, helicopters trying to come and knock you out. It's important to know the hiding spots. Pull into buildings, actual buildings. There's multiple buildings and multiple flags that you could fit in, not just the F building where this thing originates from. Then, of course, get underneath the bridge to help counter some of that strafe. More than likely, if attack jet has a hard-on for you, you're going to have a bad day, and you're just going to get wrecked. So just like that, being chased down again. And remember, if you're taking some damage, just get in your vehicle. Finish your reload, get in your vehicle, because it's going to take a couple RPGs to kill. So there, one RPG hits me, see where this guy's at, kind of looking out. Probably shouldn't have had my rep tool when getting in, because that's what I'm going to jump out with and give this guy some more love, because he sure earned it. And then away we go. So here we have another hill, more than likely. We're going to spam out just a little bit, because there's a couple red dots that need scratching. More than likely, one or two of the sniper variety. And that right there, finish that spam. Hit a third and fourth and fifth one. Don't give him a spot to run to. I can only imagine how much that guy's screen is shaking. Remember this thing before the screen shake reduction? Holy shit. The screen shake was so insane. You could be 100 meters away and still not be able to aim. Now, here's another common spot in these courtyards, close to buildings, close to cover. Think about where you want to play when you're infantry and you start taking fire, or what kind of angle. Assume they know where your infantry's at. Where do you think they're going to play? Are they going to play on the back side of a container? Are they going to be in a house, a stairway? Help that make the decision where you spam these things, basically. So down to 2, fire those off, go to the full reload, pick up a couple. And that is a lot of infantry kills in a very short period of time. This thing can be absolutely brutal. I absolutely hate going against somebody that can just sit back and use this thing. Very crafty and witty with this thing, because they can just rack up the kills and just put pressure on you that you can't defend against. That's very tough, because it's death from above, and there's absolutely nothing you could do. That's usually the dealing blow, a curse, if you will, if you've got a good mobile artillery pilot on the other team. And here we go. Nice guy sitting up in the hill. Give him a reason to hit the respawn screen right there, and we're going to pull ahead after we get that kill. And basically going back towards that C flag, trying to work, and I'm sliding again. That crosshair is getting thrown off because I'm sliding down the hill just a touch. The hills are a problem, not just because of that, but just climbing up the hills. Julian from CTE was actually in the stream when we were messing around with this thing, and we actually got stuck on tiny little hills. So hopefully this thing gets a little bit of a friction or traction update, just a little bit like they did with all the other armor pieces, but this one might just use a little bit more love. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Tanker Tuesday with the MAA almost going flawless as we're on our way to a victory on Golmud Railway. As always, YouTubers, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out, and we will see you soon.
South.